あのー、フォーガットンシティなんですけど、なんか割とあれですね、配信気をつけろよみたいなメッセージがすごい伝わってきて、これは本当やっても大丈夫なのかなっていう不安があるんですけど、まあなんかアウターワイルズみたいなもんでしょっていう身も蓋もない印象なんですけど、なんかどうなんだろう、ネタバレ注意とか書いた方がいいのかな。まあ見たらネタバレになるの当たり前なんで、配慮ご理解とご協力お願いしますって言われてもね、まあどうしようもないですよね。やってっちゃっていいですか？配信しない方が良ければね、やめようかなって思ってるんですけど。川田さん、これプレイしました？リプレイか。別にリプレイの人、リプレイだけ見てくれとかってね、そんな大丈夫だろう。やるか。タイトル画面にこんなに直球のメッセージ書いてあるの初めて見ました。確かに。タイトル画面ではない。タイトルロゴみたいなのあったかな。まあやってきますか。なんかあったら。このゲームは3人のメンバーを中心に4年以上の時をかけて開発されました。なんかところどころでこうオールチェーニングのゲームです。野蛮な行い、暴力ではなく、資料深く交わされる会話や探索によって道が開かれます。現代。はっ。
Hey,
はっってか。
you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
ズラっぽい髪型のお姉さん。体型。女性だとやたら手が綺麗ですね。毛が生えてるだけか。まあおじさんなので。そんな感じなの。コントローラーで遊べんのかな。キーマウっぽい肌の色。じゃあ僕の色と一緒にしとくか。あんまこういうことを下手に言うとねえ、なんか怒られそうだな。この辺にしとくか。宮本です。
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember? 許容するダメージ上限 50% アップ。頭部に受けた外傷により痛みを感じにくくなる。許容するダメージ上限 50% アップ。肉体的な話じゃないじゃんそれ。逃走を繰り返し普通の人より速く走れるようになった。走る速度が 25% 速い。
極秘任務についている。銃を持ってるけど10発のみ。これいいんじゃないの？古い遺跡を探してた。
Oh, you're an archaeologist?
Oh!
Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know
Wow.
if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
めちゃめちゃ怪しいじゃん。
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
お前は誰だ？
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute.
そのファッションなんだ？
Know what I mean?
名前も教えてくれない。
I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
早すぎ。言いたくない理由でもある。
Alright, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
本当の名前か。
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess
ちょっ
not.
と前に川
But
岸で倒れてた
maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
もう一回聞いていい？
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other, but maybe in any case, you really don't remember?
イタリアのテベ
We're
レ
in
川。
Italy. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there.
ローマって建物。
Priceless ancient artifacts.
なんであるに会いたいのですね。
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a
You
long,
gotta
long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust
怒って
me.
んだけど。
Great.
もう聞くこと
So
はない
you're ready to go look for Al?
やめてよ。や
Are
め
you
てよ。
serious?
マ
I
ジ
just
で
saved。your life, and you can't do this one little thing for me. What kind of an ungrateful... Look, if you won't do it for me, do it for yourself.
めちゃ
You
め
want
ちゃ
to
切
know
れて
what
ん
you're
だけど。
doing here, right? My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think
この
you'll
人
need it
全
more
然
than
好きじゃ
I
ないんだけど、僕に。髪型変だし。これでアイテムを調べる。どんどん。キーボードなんだな。ジャンプ。調べる。
The ruins are just beyond those columns. Please, hurry.
懐中電灯。遺跡に足を踏み入れる。なんかリアルだね。さっき言った金属トーチ、あれが火をつけたんだろう。銃があるらしいけど、戦闘とかあんまないんじゃないの？ホラーゲームみたいな。今これを読んでる君が立っているこの場所は地下深くに眠る古代ローマ都市への入り口だ。 この都市の存在はもう長く歴史から忘れられてきた。その都市について今でも語り伝えているのはただ一つのラテン語の碑文のみ。この都市に入ろうとする者、歩みを進め、審判を受けよ。高潔なる者は、楽園で永遠の命を持って報われる。邪悪なる者は黄金の雨にさらされ、それを享受することなく、ここで長い眠りにつくことになる。地下都市がこれまで誰にも知られずに存在していたなんてあり得るだろうか。もしかしたら今でも人が暮らしているかもしれない。それを確かめる方法は一つしかないようだ。1時間経っても僕が混ざらない場合は、僕はこの向こう側のどっかに、これは正体だと思ってほしい。警告って書いてある。ちぎられてます。バックパック。アイテムを調べる。そういうこと？こっちで回すの？やったぜ。このゲームなんか、このゲームを配信するってことは分かってんだろうなみたいな警告がめっちゃ出るから怖いんだけど、これやっていいの？配信していいんですか？ふみさん、こんにちは。ちょっと今日ね、1時間ぐらいですね、できても。読んだよ。ドアは。これを開けるとしか思えないけど。
If you're reading
開く
this,
じゃね
it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient
これなん
Roman
かオープニン
city
グの場所。
hidden deep underground.
オープニングじゃない。
Its existence is long forgotten. All knowledge
読
of
んで
it
くれんな
lost,
らもう読んでくれりゃいいじゃん自
in
分。
the Latin inscription
あ、俺が読
here.
まなかったから。
It reads,
落ちたよ。ジョボン。ジョボ。
reads, You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there against the odds.
人が応援されたんじゃない？
There's only one way to find out.
雨が降ってきてとか言って
If
た。
I'm not back in an hour, I'm
佐伯声。
somewhere on the other side. Consider this
お前
an
誰だ？
invitation or a warning.
読めたんだそれ。
Alworth.
あ、マジ入りきってないだけだったの？なんかちぎられてるっていうその表現だと思ったけど、さっきなんか俺に語りかけたやついる。神らしき人物が黄金に変えている。悲しみに暮れている。これは動かなかった今。動いたね。いや調べる。一人の罪は多くの者の罰となろう。連帯責任ってこと？動いてるよね。動いたよね。そこについてはなんかコメントない？他のやつは動いたよな今。あ、動いたまあいいやもう進みますか。調べる。剣闘士が逃げ出すような状況があった。ああ、動いてる。こっち見てんの？もしかして結構ホラーだな。ドラクエの地球のへそを思い出すじゃん。ああ、 みんななんかカエサルみたいな。なぜかここにみんな罰を受けてしまったって感じ。マッチョな罪、マッチョな肉体で人を誘惑した罪。 F5 でクイックセーブ、 F9 でクイックロードできる。そんなクイックロードしなきゃいけないようなゲームなの。ローマ軍司令官が何かから離れようとして、すごい空間広すぎじゃない？洞窟の中なのか。強行状態。意識の高い RPG にありそうなバッドステータス。強行状態。ちょっと寄ってきた。
クイックセーブもロード知らない。
クイックセーブもロードも知らない？なぜ？バージョンが違うからかな。助けを求めて届かぬ光を。日の光にさらせばみんな復活するとかなんじゃん。これ誰？あるじゃん。釣ってから。
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past.
神に見放された
I
恋
made
と
the
そういう
mistake
こ
of
とだ。
stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
皿上げポータルとか言い出した。
出ましたね。わ、めちゃめちゃポータルなんだけど、これがポータルじゃなければもう何がポータルなのか分かんないぐらいポータルなんだけど、石とか投げてみないと思います。骸骨亡くなったのははるか昔。土管に入った時みたいですね。またヒントが。そんなにクイックロードセーブさせたいの？タブでクエストジャーナルアイテム画面開く。フォトモード。
風味親切皿上げみんなクイックしてくれよなという熱いメッセージ。
フォトモード。いい模様だ。てかカメラやたら寄ってるんだけどなんだよ。パシャ。これは実際スクショとして撮られるのかな。忘れな草の咲く
皿上げ観
街。
光客感覚。
観光レリーフ。 二人の女性と大きな円のポータル。これは誰か。そんなこと言われたら。おお
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
私の名はヤマトだ。また英語を話すのか。
Yeah, you
質
know,
問に質問で答える。
agricultural goddess of
春を
springtime.
象徴する農業の
You're
女神。
not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
鋭いやつ。道に迷った。
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now?
人のことを追い詰めて
But
くるの。
listen, most
ここ困っ
folks
てんの
seem
今。
a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So
実は知ってんの。
let me make this nice and
シ
simple
ャツをな
for
ぞるよ
you.
俺は。
Live
喋っ
by
てる
our
間。
law here, and we'll
俺
all
たちの法
get
さえ守っ
along
て過ごして
just
くれれば
fine.
みんな問題なくうまくいく。
Not
Oh.
laws, law.
法
There's
律。
just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for
黄金の
breaking
比率で
it's, well,
回転すればいいんですか。
it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
自
Look,
分で
you
好きな
seem
よう
like you
に。
might need a little extra help, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I showed you the way.
自分がやることは
All
分か
right,
る。
friend, suit yourself. Just don't do anything too
Sentius.
reckless till you've spoken with Magistrate Sentius in his villa down there. See you around.
いいやつなのかな。わかんねえな。F5でセーブでしょ。どこにあんのそれ。待てよ。
Salve.
こんなやつはいるんだ。
今日を
血が強い男。うん。行商。かわいい。スクトゥムじゃん。
唐揚げかわいい。
スクトゥム。マリーザの技にあるからね、スクトゥム。あ、置いてあんだね。ちょっと待って、このゲームさ、画角もちょっと広げらんねえかな。視野角。いいね。若干楽になるわ。何その悩ましいポーズ。ゴゴゴゴゴゴ。こいつ完全にジョジョじゃん。第5部だな。殺せよってよ。殺せよって聞こえるよな。
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a
Livia.
cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades.
前世どういうことだ。そのなんか偉い人どこにいるの。蹴り対決登れるの。 偉そうな人いそうじゃないこの先。誰かいる。
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? Ah, another stoic, perhaps.
ストア派。
We all need something to help us through times like
地理
these.
対決
We've
我が
all
家に
been
さ
where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out?
閉じ込められてんのこの
What
人た
is
ち
the。golden rule and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my
玄関
keep
から
by
の割り
cleaning
当てで
and
掃除と
pruning the
庭園の
gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go, but long hours of menial labor for the good of the community.
どうや
Oh,
ってこ
much the
こ
same way as many of the others.
ローマは火事になった時
When
テ
the
ベル川
fires
に
came
逃
to
げて
Rome 7 months ago,
あ
my family and I fled. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people. And they boarded. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water rising. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place.
分かった何が分か
If
った
you
んだ
like. I'm afraid not. Although I did once hear someone gossiping down at
Aurelia's
Aurelia's tavern. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumours, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate. I hope it works out.
黄熱に
Many
ついて
shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a
性
tendency towards
性
sin.
悪説
And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we?
そうだいや善とか悪とかそういう基準で人を測ること自体がそもそも人間のエゴでござ
I
いまし
suppose you've
て
never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer. If that's true,
意見を
then
ゴロゴロ変え
sooner
る
or later, things are going to end badly
そう
for
だよ
all
ね
of us down
わ
here.
かるわ
Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention.
なんかの導きがあるだろう大丈夫だ
I wish I shared your faith.
キリスト教徒なのか
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here.
うん
There was a terrible fire in
こ
Rome
こまで
last year,
大きな火事があっ
and
て
our emperor decided to
表
make
はキリ
us
スト教徒に罪を負わ
scapegoats.
せたあ
There
あ
were. Oh, thank you.
じゃああんたはもうキリスト教徒だ
All
と
right. Well, it was lovely to meet you.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no, 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 no. Wolf-Pierce, what are you doing?
ルピウ
Get
ス
back from there. If you lose your
も
balance,
しバラン
you'll
スを
fall.
崩したら
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want
突然
that?
始まってしまった
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never...
何すればいいですか
Thank
頑張
you.
ってもう行かな
But
きゃ
please, choose your...
じゃあやればいい
Let me
話
guess.
をしよう
You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a... I screwed up my life.
話聞く。
That's what's wrong. I borrowed money, and when I couldn't pay it back, I'll be stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis Malleolus for the rest of my life. I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
いやもう説得ももっとちゃんと止めろよ。さよならウルピクス。
I can't believe he went through with it.
私のせいだったのか。彼の自殺は黄金率を破らなかった。一体これはどういう意味だ。そういうこと今聞く場面じゃない気がする。
I'll have to let everyone know what happened.
みんなに今起きた
And
こ
I
とを
guess
知らせる。
Malleolus will have to clean
マ
up
レオ
the
ラスは
mess
自分の屋
in
敷で
his
起きた
villa.
騒動の
It's
ツ
of
ケ
his
を
own
払うことに
making,
なる。
after all.
ああ
And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
マレオラスの屋に屋敷に上から照明をかけてやった。下で死んでんの？ちなみに俺も落ちる。建物の作りが彼についていって、ついていこうか。この下は水なのかな。この下がそのなんか偉い人の建物。えい、あ、やっぱ落ちるんだ本当に。あ、ハイダイバー。演説の準備中。なんだこっち。どうも。これがそうなの。まあれ。
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
あなたのことを
I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today.
勝ったら何をする？
I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny.
の暴政なんだ。
By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule. It's a children's fable exploited by Sentius to... Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that... The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real?
別の話をし、知らんし俺。これどこ知ってるかい？
We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. We're all going to have to make the bet. You mean the children's fable exploited by Sentius to scare us all into doing what he wants?
反対派、野党ってこと。
I trust you can see yourself out. Through the door this time? There's a key just beside it.
この人なんかちょっといい人っぽいけど知らんけどでもこの人になんかその借金の方で働かされて嫌になって落ちたんでしょあの人は。なんで借金する羽目になったのかよくわかんないけどさ。いっぱいあってる。このゲームはなんだっけ？なんかのゲームのモッドなんだよね。もともとは。それが独立したゲームとして作り直したってことなのかな。もともとがなんだっけ？これか。屋敷の鍵。取った。そうなんだって。何について言ってるんですか？
And now,
ずっとボケる必要あるんですか、そこ。よし、開けろ。ドーン。どうしたの、その。
I'm not supposed to be in
なん
here.
とか入っていい場所じゃないわ。話をしよう。
Talk. What business could you possibly have with me?
マスカラがめちゃめちゃ溶けて。お前なぜ閉じ込
My
められた
marital affairs are no concern of yours.
奥さん
Thank you. I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already without having to explain to my husband why I'm receiving.
まさしく。
Preferably the way you came in, by which I think
切れ
it's
味ある
about
な、
to
こ
be
の人。
broken if you. Finally, this is outrageous.
そんな怒んなくてよくない？カルシウム不足だな。てかここあの人飛び込んだからこんなになったわけ？謎だな。ボコボコボコボコ。これさっき落ちた人なのか。でも白骨化してないっすね。早くない？ギリシャライオン像。
Still here?
まだいました。出口があるんだっけ？ちょっと酔うな。
Still here?
ステルヒアです。ステルヒアヤマトです。お見知りおきを。誰だっけさっき落ちたの？ウピレックスだっけ？で、なんかセンチネルみたいな名前のやつ。おお、なんだお前。めっちゃローマ兵じゃん。
What now?
あなたのことを
The
教え
name's
て。
Domitius.
ドミティウス。
You want to get to Malleolus?
もう会ってきたからいいよ、別に。
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
グラディエーター。ここには闘技場に当たらないようだが。
Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners. When Malleolus wins the election, yeah, this place will change. You won't even want to live.
あの中なわけ？
I think it's gone on long enough. And He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
公平な立場でちょっと話をしていきたい。
Because if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
いや、どうです。何か手伝えることはある
We've
か。
already lined up the votes he needs to win.
投
Malleolus,
票
of
するつ
course.
もりだ。
If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect us?
どういうこと？
Whatever.
なんかあれか。いろんな人間模様があって、それを話して解決すると何かいいことが起きるのかな、最終的に。じゃあ、ちょっとセンティウスとかに会いに行けって言われてたから、先に会った方がいいのかな。さっきからそのウィスパーボイスは何なの？ドン。
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius.
Horatius.
Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
探してるように見えなかったけど。
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this
タッ
way.
プして。
When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort,
昔話はいいで
the
す。
legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, And whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. No
19いたじゃ
matter
ない
whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a real shock. Because the golden law is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
階段のやつがさっきいたじゃん。階段の上？どこ階段って？ああ、こっちのこと言ってんの。さっきでも下歩いてたけど、あの人。ホラタに会いたいんだけど。あれホラは今の人？センターと会いたい。全知全能のジュピターがあなたを守り導きますよ。ジュピターはゼウスのことだね、確かにね。娘として迎えてくれたこと、そして誕生日祝いの素敵なプレゼントをくれたことに感謝するわ。宗教。次のページ D。次のページがないのか。高いところから落ちたりしたら普通に死ぬのかもね。さっき助かりました。これが娘。
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
容赦ないな。
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
これどんな服着てんの？
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our custom. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
こういう顔のアナウンサーいるよね、女子アナが。
Ugh, what is it with you people? I heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no...
なぜそんな似通った名前ばかりなの？
It was 3 weeks ago. We went into our rooms. I went to sleep.
困り顔になっても寄り目のままですね。
She was gone. That's it.
神隠し。誰かと付き合っていたの？
Yes.
これがだからさっき落ちて死んだ人じゃない。どうしてだと思う？
Because our father had plans to marry her off eventually. And even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined his plans. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might. All I know is, whoever he is. You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us. Like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla. I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
そうでしょうね。あなたには何か隠していることがあると思う。違うのか。なんでこんな意地悪のこと聞くんだろうね。顔がめっちゃ今意地悪フェイス、エモート、意地悪エモートの表情をしてますけど、なんか隠してるんじゃないか。
Get out of my villa and never speak.
はい、すいませんでした。
知らぬ人にお使い頼まれてたらいつの間にか古代の町に来てしまった。
とんでもねえ話だわ。黄金率がどうだとか、なんか黄金の回転がどうとかって言ってさ。
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Yeah, Matthias.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eye of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. 22 complete strangers held together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise.
捨ての人々の町ってこと。この誰一人として罪を犯していない。喧嘩者の罪もない。見たことない。
Nor could I, until I... But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrible. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place left inscriptions warning, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment, like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that... And now it's all that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying? Insulting someone? Blasphemy? Trespass? Trying to escape? Bribery? Infidelity? Suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
それが正しいとは言い切れないと思う。法律が必ず道徳的に正しいとは限らない。それに、私がもともといた場所ではローマの法や慣習は野蛮だと考えられている。
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
ああ、それか。
You see, in my search for a way to save mine, it's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine...
2000年後の未来から来たぞ。
2,000 years? That is... Please, tell me, in your time... What?
アラジンって3が出てんの？そっちのことにびっくりするんだけど。アラメさん、こんばんは。こんばんは。こんにちは。この未来。この街はまあみんな。
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart.
君たちを救ってあげればいいのか。
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
何の話儀式さっき聞いてなかったな俺儀式
I have to recite a prayer.
ど
And
う
of
して
course, as with
儀
all
式がそうである
rituals, some sacrifices
肉
involved.
爆化の
Usually that means wine
いや
or
いやいや
food, or in some cases a live
僕はもう
In
海を見に行っただ
this
けなので
case, the sacrifice is rather more costly.
大きな犠
For
牲
the
を
life
払
of
う
the person, I don't
Minotaurus.
suppose you saw any sign of me.
ミノタウロスの皿神殿の中に亡骸
I assume
それはおそらく私だ
if I'm forced to perform the ritual,
いいよ別に
well, I suppose that's.
なぜあなたは
Well,
調査
I
できない
believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that
第
problem,
一印象ね
unless, of course, you
あな
get
たの
off on a
娘
really
からは
foot.
もう完全に嫌われましたけど
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore?
新参者の指定失踪
Ah, so you know about that already. That was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened, still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be
一
eternally
生
grateful.
靴ペロペロさせてやるかあなたが知る可能性は本音
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness
突然と無謀さは町全体の安寧
destabilizing
を危
the
険にさら
entire
す
city. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself.
この人何でも知ってん
If
じゃ
you
ん
manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will
お前
never
ポータ
be
ル作っ
able
た
to
の
come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the
わかりませんね。
past for all of us. Make sense?
やべえ
Ah, good. So, are you with me?
こいつやびりそう
Can
な
I
人
count
物
on
と
you
っ
to
て
figure out who's about to break?
コナンですか
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect
that?
possessions and
言えば
documents,
この
unless
ゲーム
of
クリア
course
でき
you're
る
asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my
Lucretia.
investigation by visiting Lucretia. I heard wailing from there not long ago.
泣き叫
Seems
ぶ
like
声これを選択するとこの新規クエストが最優先まあいいんじゃないこう言われた通りにやるから俺は自由なんてもう必要ないドーンニガルプレティア
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus Cumulatus Decius won't give it to me. It's too late. She just slipped away. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of Silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friends like anywhere else. I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
残酷な黒い目を呪った。
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really... Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me.
Eh? 何ができるか考える。
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been feeling I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself. My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke. And the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river. The next thing I remember, I was... It's alright. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
宗教の人物だっけ？蛇がうよいますが少なくとも合率があるか
ら。Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery. This changes everything, she kept saying. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, and then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strict. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the poor situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are in... I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get...
何ができるか考える。リウマチを治す方法の方を探すんだ。
I wish some people here need proper medical care. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do.
20何人しかいないわけじゃないのか。
without seeing might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was, but snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it?
デキウスってさっきそのラテン語で文句を言った人、相手のこと。
Oh no, sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely... There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statue stop, but that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
俺が正気に戻った。Well,
she used to run the clinic. until she suddenly this the la and then she's been but one of my
同じ話をするな。
he's become so irritable. Thanks. Sure. What do you do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have. Hemlock, I believe.
ヘムロック。誰も黄金律破ったことないんじゃないの？
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa. And they are...
マレオラスの屋敷に軟禁された。
Gladly. Well, come back if...
回復してくれるんだって。話す。割と元気に見えますけど、僕には。ポーズだけ変だけどさ。じゃあちょっと短いですけどね、今回。このくらいにしとこうかな、一回。なんか難しそう、このゲーム。じゃあこの阿波踊りの途中で像にされてしまった哀れな女性の像の前でね、終わりましょう。